Hey guys, so the very first official Dragon Ball store recently opened it's actually in Tokyo Station. So it's a bit of an interesting place to have a Dragon Ball store. I mean, it's a big, giant, huge station, one of the biggest stations. It's not the single biggest station in Japan, Tokyo Station. But the store just opened, and they actually have a reservation system to be able to go into the store. The store is so new that I think it's for the first either week or 2 weeks, you can only get into the store by making an advanced reservation, and then you have to show up, and then you have to like link your phone to the reservation and show your ID when you get there. So it actually was pretty heavily restricted and restrictive to get into the store here, but I did end up going, and I did end up getting a lot of stuff from the store. So I'm going to just kind of explain how the store works, what kind of stuff they have in here, what kind of merchandise is available. I have some screenshots. They actually did not allow me to take video in the store. They said you couldn't take videos in the store, but you could take pictures for whatever reason. So I do have a bunch of pictures that I took of the merchandise, and there's a bunch of statues, there's art everywhere. So I have it all documented in video and photo format. So we're going to go through some of that here. Here is basically what the store entrance looks like here. You can see the Kid Goku on Shenron statue at the entrance here. And there's a bunch of exclusive stuff. There's this on the official website. They have a bunch of the merchandise listed on here. So I guess the way that I will phrase it is I did end up purchasing most of this. Okay, we'll say that. And then there also is stuff that's actually not listed on here that they were selling in the store as well. So there is other stuff on here. But I imagine that once like the first 2-week period of the store being open is over, they will start letting people just walk in without having a reservation. Again, it's in one of the busiest stations in the country, if not the single biggest and busiest station in the country, Tokyo Station. But, you know, for a store like this, I would imagine that soon they're going to let people just come in whenever they want. So let's jump into talking about some of the stuff in the store itself. So let me actually just transition over to showing some of the stuff about the store here. So the outside part of the store, there's actually a really cool display. It's like a giant screen outside of the entrance that has a bunch of scenes from the anime playing. So we have, of course, scenes from OG Dragon Ball. We have Dragon Ball Z. We have Dragon Ball Super. And then we have Dragon Ball Daima. There should also be GT in here as well. I actually didn't stick around. It kind of cycles through a bunch of different scenes. I didn't stick around long enough outside of the store to see if they were going to play any scenes from GT. I imagine they would. I don't know why they'd exclude GT from the rotation, but there's a bunch of scenes here, and one of the cool things about this is it actually kind of uses the Dragon Ball store logo, and then it zooms in, and you kind of get a sense that like the logo is made up of different almost pixels, and every pixel is a sequence of scenes. So I have some scenes here that I took from Dragon Ball Super. It kind of goes through all the main parts of each series. Dragon Ball Z has Goku versus Vegeta, Goku versus Frieza, and then it goes into Gohan. And I actually didn't stick around to see the end of Z, but I imagine it ends up with Goku doing the Spirit Palm against Buu. And then for Daima, I actually saw basically everything from Daima. It covers a lot. It almost tells the entire story of Daima on this screen here. And then I saw some Dragon Ball stuff as well, OG Dragon Ball stuff, kind of like the first Kamehameha that Roshi does. We saw Goku versus Jackie Chun. So a bunch of interesting scenes here outside here. And then also you can see there is a statue of Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku, the adult version. That kind of is sticking out of the tail end of the store on the left side of the screen. So I got some shots of that, which you could probably see right now. I'll probably put that up for you guys. And then the other side, close to the entrance, more close to the head of the store, we have a UI Goku, a mastered UI Goku statue. So that kind of is what the store looks like from the outside. And then in order to get into the store, you have to go around like the staircase. And then you can go in the front, which is where you guys saw that statue of Kid Goku on Shenron. So that's where the entrance to the store is. And we'll go ahead and jump into some of the images that I was able to get of the actual merchandise from the store itself here. All right, I think the best way to do this is we just have all the images on the screen while I'm talking about them. And we'll go through this as fast as I can because I do have a lot of stuff I do want to kind of show on here. So this is like the first thing that you see. There's some shirts, keychains, pins, you guys will notice that a lot of the stuff that they're selling here are basically just kind of like knick-knack things. There's pins, there's keychains, clothes, stuff like that. We'll see. So here's some more pins. We got some plates, we got some mugs, and then these right here are, I think, also just pins. Yeah, just a bunch of this kind of stuff here. We got some more pins. We got keychains. I think I ended up buying like just all the ones on the top row, for, like every series. Yeah, GT is here, so there's no way they just like skipped GT in like the beginning of the store part. They did actually have a Sparking Zero station set up here. Nobody was playing this, obviously. I think if they're going, because remember, we only have 30. I don't think I actually mentioned this, but we only have 30 minutes in our time slot to be in the store. So people don't want to, kind of spend their time just playing Sparking Zero while they're trying to shop. This is obviously going to be geared more towards people who just come to the store after the reservation period is over. But this kind of reminded me of like back in the day when GameStop would have like the sample games where you could just go into the store and play them. It's kind of interesting. But yes, they have a Sparking Zero mini station here at the store. Here's some jackets. I actually did buy the Golden Frieza jacket, which we'll see later. There's a Piccolo jacket, there's a Majin Buu jacket in the back that has candy on it, and then in the middle is the Golden Frieza one, which I have a better picture of later. Here's some Jigsaw puzzles. We got some more Jigsaw puzzles. They had the blue Goku statue in the middle of the shop. There were a lot of people that were not very happy with the arts for these statue characters, and I will just tell you guys, the actual statues looked pretty good. Like this blue Goku statue looks pretty, it looks pretty solid. The arts are pretty bad, okay? The arts do not look good. The one that I think looks the worst is the Super Saiyan Goku one. Now, the Super Saiyan Goku statue was actually outside of the store in the front, which was technically in the back, right? I was going to take a picture of that statue, the Super Saiyan Goku statue, but I actually couldn't because I was the last customer in there because I was buying so much stuff. It took about 20 minutes to get through the register. And by the time I was in the last time slot, it was the 8 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. time slot. And by the time I finished with my register, they actually closed the store. So I couldn't even go to like the front of it and take a picture of the Super Saiyan Goku statue. But that one was in the front of the store. The blue Goku one, I think, though, does look pretty good. We have some bags here, just like some, tote bags. We have this. This is like what they've been using for the 40th anniversary of Dragon Ball. Picture the Kid Goku riding Shenron. Of course, we also have in the entrance of the store, we have the statue of this. Goku and Krillin. We have Daima Goku, Daima Mini Vegeta. We have Baby Trunks, Puar down here, and then Goten and Supreme Kai as well. A lot of Daima. You guys will notice there's a lot of Daima themed stuff here. It's obviously because it's the newest series. Here's what the register looks like. And then we have these things here. What's the best way to explain this? So Karinto is, so Korin in the Japanese dub, his name is Karin, not Korin. It's with an A instead of an O. And Karinto is Korin's tower. Karinto, the pun on that is Karinto is kind of like a Japanese sweet snack. So they called it Karinto's Karinto, basically, which is just like Korin Tower's Karinto, which is, if you guys don't understand Japanese, it'll be hard to kind of understand what I'm talking about, but it's a pun, and that's what this is. I did end up buying one of these, kind of just like a snack thing. Here are like some wooden puzzles, I guess, is how I would describe this. You have to build these different models from the wood that they give you in the sets. So yeah, we have some of Bulma's stuff. We have this machine thing from Dragon Ball. Shenron, so pretty cool. I actually did not end up buying one of these because I just don't see myself ever really doing this, but this is pretty cool stuff. Here we have some like magnets, I believe. This is a sticker down here. Actually, these all might be stickers, actually. Yeah, I think these all might be stickers. It's hard to really read what's written because it's so small. But I did actually buy the Ginyu Force one. I did buy the Ginyu Force sticker there. This is the Dragon Ball Daima Blu-ray box set, which has Super Saiyan 4 Goku on it, which I thought was pretty cool. We have a bunch of plushies, which I actually did end up buying one of each of these. Eventually, I might have like a display behind me. This is something I was just thinking of when I saw this. I could have like a display behind me with face cam when I do face cam stuff, and I could have a bunch of these guys just like sitting behind me potentially. But I did end up buying one of each of these. Just thought it was cute. There's a lot here. we'll get back to that one. So here's the manga stuff. I should also mention that a lot of these items were also limited. So, for example, the manga, you could only buy 2 per person. So you definitely wouldn't be able to buy every single manga if you wanted one. But yeah, a lot of these items were actually limited. Here we have some phone cases. Now, unfortunately, my phone is a Pro Max iPhone, so I would not be able to buy one of these. If I could, I actually would have bought the Frieza phone case, because that Frieza phone case looks pretty good, but it would not fit. My phone would not fit in there, so could not buy that. And then here we have some, what are these, magnets? Yeah, these are magnets, which I think I actually did end up buying one of each of these, because these were not limited. And then we have a Kid Goku fishing keychain from when he was fishing with his tail, and then we have a Kid Gohan keychain as well. And then here's Dragon Ball Super DVDs, Blu-ray stuff, and then they actually had some gacha stuff in the back, which I didn't end up doing this because I didn't have any coins on me at the time. I guess I could have exchanged for some, but there's some interesting stuff here. There's like miniature manga sets you can get from this. And they were playing like Dragon Ball Z, OG Dragon Ball, and Dragon Ball Super intros and endings on the screen in the store, so that was pretty cool. Here we have some other stuff. I guess we have like some bags here. By the way, this Bulma hat, if you guys are following the official account, they tweet out like which items are sold out, which items they just restocked. That Bulma hat has sold out like 3 times. So I didn't actually buy one of those Bulma hats, but apparently that Bulma hat is like a very popular item. So I thought that was pretty funny. All right, here we have some more stickers. Here we have some more stickers. Yeah, these are all stickers up here. And then these, I'm not entirely sure actually what these are. You could see it says here limited to 2 items per customer. So yeah, they do limit some of the items they feel, I guess, are going to be more popular. So then they also had an SH Figuarts area. I do actually collect SH Figuarts, and I didn't really need any of what they were selling because they were some of the more generic ones. But they did have a diorama set up with all the SH Figuarts that they well, I don't even know if these are all the ones that they were selling, but they at least had an SH Figuart diorama set up, which I thought was really, really cool, actually. We have a different angle later on. Here we go. We have Goku vs. Frieza, Nappa and Vegeta. The Gamma's down here. Beast, Orange Piccolo. Pan is in the bottom. Super Saiyan 4 Goku's on the top with the Rock. Here's some of the figures they were selling. And none of these are like super exclusive or anything like that. They're kind of just more some of the more generic ones, but that was pretty cool. So this is one of the more unfortunate things. They had this really cool like paper, I think they called it like a paper theater. Yeah, over here, a paper theater, where you could kind of construct like it's almost like a diorama-esque image from Dragon Ball. And unfortunately, the only one they had left was the Daima one. So I did end up buying the Daima one, which is this one over here. But I really would have liked to just have bought one of each of these. I mean, these are all really cool, but they were sold out of them. So I might have to go back later and buy more of these because these are really, really cool, actually. I like these a lot. There's another shot of the diorama, different angle. Jiren, UI Goku. We have Super Saiyan Goku and Super Saiyan Gohan, 1920, 17 and 18 back there. Cell, Hercule, and then Majin Vegeta and Super Saiyan 2 Goku here. And then Gotenks. And then I think this is Frieza. It's hard to tell. Yeah, it is definitely Frieza. Here we have some pins. I think I ended up just buying the Frieza ones, the first form and final form Frieza pins. I think at this point, this was kind of later into my session in the store, and I didn't have enough space in my box because they give you like a little basket to carry stuff around. I really didn't have enough space in that basket, so I was kind of struggling to hold everything in there. These are also some like small cool things. There's some more pins over here. There's like small figures, and here's like some, I don't even know what to call these, just like scenes on like felt strips. I don't know. I don't really know what to call those. Okay. And this part I thought was really cool as well. We have, this is, I think what they call this is cell art. And you can tell from this over here, this means that this is a limited item exclusive to the Dragon Ball store. But these were, these weren't cheap. But we had 2 of the Super Saiyan Goku ones. So this is Obviously, when Super Saiyan Goku first goes Super Saiyan, this is like the shot that they first show of him being Super Saiyan, the one from behind. And then we have this first shot of him facing towards the camera as Super Saiyan. And then we have the OG Dragon Ball crew here. But I did end up buying one of each, so I just wanted to complete the set. I imagine what'll probably happen is over time they'll eventually get new ones of these in stock. So we'll probably have like all these get discontinued at some point. And then they'll just give us different options later on. Like we're probably going to get like a Gohan versus Cell one. There's probably going to be a Super Spiripon versus Kid Buu one. And I imagine they'll just cycle through the images that they put on here. But these are really cool. I think the quality is pretty good on these. And then we have the famous like bad art poses here for Goku. We have the Super Saiyan Goku one, which I actually did buy the acrylic stand of the Super Saiyan Goku one as a joke, just because it looks so bad. It looks so bad. But yeah, these arts definitely don't look good just as pieces of art. But the statues actually look pretty good. And I think that's probably the reason why it ended up being that way, is because they look good as statues, which I think is what the purpose was initially. And then they kind of just designed the statues into art later on. So I think that was kind of like an afterthought, but figured might as well just sell them, I guess, is what they were thinking. We have some card stuff here. Yeah, the cards and the seals. Like these are basically stickers. But there's also cards, and then there's the Dragon Ball Super card game over here. And then we have, yeah, more card stuff. And then this is a... actually, this is the Daima Blu-ray box set. I'm actually not entirely sure what's different between this and the Super Saiyan 4 Goku one. But this one obviously looks a bit more intricate. Maybe there's some, like, exclusive stuff in here. I'm not entirely sure. It's really expensive. This is 52,000 yen. That's like, in this exchange rate, it's got to be, it's like 320, 350 bucks, something like that. That's not cheap. So there's got to be something in there worth buying. Okay, we're almost approaching the end, I think. Here's some Capsule Corporation stuff. We got a bag, a shirt. One of these Capsule Corporations, I think this is like a small bag. I actually bought one of these, a capsule. That was pretty cool. Here's the Golden Frieza jacket. So I did end up buying one of these. You know, might as if I saw this and I'm like, oh, it would be cool if they had a, because I saw the Piccolo one and I'm like, oh, it would be cool if they had a Golden Frieza one, or just a Frieza one in general. And they actually did end up having one of those, so I just bought one of those. We have some backpacks. So this is Kid Goku sleeping, and then we have, I guess this is a Daima one. This looks like Daima Goku. Yeah, because he's got the blue undershirt here. So we have it says Daima on it. Okay, I didn't even see that. Yeah, okay, so we have a Daima Kid Goku backpack, and then just an OG Dragon Ball Kid Goku backpack here. Then we have another puzzle, 1,000-piece puzzle, which I did not end up getting this, but pretty cool. And then here's just like a general look at the store overall. I think I took this when I was waiting on the line to check out, and this is obviously, you can tell there's nobody left because I'm the last one in there, just scrambling to get everything that I could. And then I just wanted to show a shot of the ceiling. There's Shenron just basically sprawled out over the ceiling, and you can see that they put a lot of work into this. So, and that's it. And then the last shot is UI Goku, which is kind of you making the turn to check out at the register. So those are pretty much all of the items that the store was selling. I might have missed a few things, but I think I pretty much covered almost everything that the store had. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into some of the stuff that I bought. I'm not going to show everything because I actually have like a billion things, but I'll show some of the stuff that I got here. All right, so I have the first bag here. This is the smaller of the two bags, by the way. I'm not even going to show everything in here. There's a lot of stuff that I just don't think we have time to show in a video like this, but we have a Raditz plushie, which I definitely needed to buy. Shout out to Physical Raditz. Needed that. Where do we want to start here? I have a Oolong coaster, which will be nice to have. This is a capsule pouch. This is what I think we saw this. It was part of the thing that I showed, but yeah, it has a zipper. You can put stuff in here, so yeah, whatever. We have a keychain here. It's the classic Kid Goku on Shenron keychain design, so pretty cool. We have a bunch of different badges here. I guess I'll just show Goku and Bulma for now. Here's the Bulma one. You can get a better look at this. Please focus. Camera, please. There we go. The Bulma badge. And then we also have the Goku badge, and these do say the Dragon Ball store on the bottom. You could see it. It says Dragon Ball store. Camera, please focus. Camera, please. Don't focus on me. Focus on this. There we go. Dragon Ball store. You can kind of see it. So we got those. We got a bunch of magnets. These are framed magnets. I guess we could just show the Frieza ones. So we have First Form Frieza. First Form Frieza is a magnet. It's a frame magnet. It's pretty cool. And then we have the Final Form one also. Final Form Frieza magnet. Please. Please. Hello? Well, you guys can take my word for it. It looks cool. The camera does not want to focus. Camera, please. There we go. Nice. So we got those. And then I have a bunch of other magnets. Piccolo, Korin, Kid Goku, Oolong, Puar. Yeah, Puar magnet. You guys, I know you guys have been looking for a Puar magnet for a long time. Well, here you go. Here's the Puar magnet. I know everybody's been looking for this. This is a highly sought after item. There we go, the Puar magnet. Then we have a bunch of different pins for just like the logos of the series. Let me just see here. Do we have all of them here? So we got OG Dragon Ball. It's a pin. We got Dragon Ball GT. We got Dragon Ball Z. This way. Dragon Ball Z. Daima. Dragon Ball Daima. And then we have Dragon Ball Super. Okay, so those are those. We do also have some more keychains. Here's the Kid Gohan keychain of him in like the Journey to the West outfit. We have the Kid Goku fishing keychain, and everybody wants this one. Everybody knows this move from Kakarot now, where he goes fishing with his tail. Then we have the other pins, like the pin badges. So we have the First Form Frieza one, Dragon Ball Z Frieza, and then we have the Final Form Frieza one. By the way, every single item has the Toei sticker on it. You can see the gold sticker on the bottom. If people really care about that, but every item does have that. And then we have the atrocious art Super Saiyan Goku acrylic stand. What do you guys think? Should I put this in the back of my face cam stuff? The terrible art Super Saiyan Goku stuff. And then I have a Super Saiyan 3 Goku plushie, which I am planning to give to somebody. Probably pretty obvious who I'm going to give this to, but we did end up picking one of those up. I saw that, I'm like, I know the perfect person to give that to. So that is pretty much the first bag. We have a bunch of other plushies in here. We have like the paper theater stuff in here as well, the Daima one. Right here. This is the Daima paper theater thing, which you can make this out of. I'm definitely going to do this at some point. Gives you instructions on the back as well. All right, so first we have the Golden Frieza jacket. Let me figure out the best way to show this. So here's the jacket. Dragon Ball Super Golden Frieza. It also says Dragon Ball Super on the sleeve. It's a little hard to see. How do I do this? Here we go. Dragon Ball Super. Boom. You can kind of see it. Dragon Ball Super. And on the back, obviously, we have Golden Frieza himself. Let's get this shown here. There you go. Boom. Golden Frieza. I did end up buying 2 shirts. I'm not going to take them out of these for now, but we have a Dragon Ball Z shirt, and then we have a Dragon Ball Daima shirt as well. Just wanted to have more of that. We do have 2 mugs as well. We have a OG Dragon Ball mug, which you should be able to see. Please. There it is. OG Dragon Ball mug, and then we have a Dragon Ball Z mug, just the logos of the series on them. That was pretty cool. And then we have the Karinto no Karinto, which has a picture of Korin's Lookout, which is literally called Karinto. And then we have Kid Goku climbing up, and there it is. There should be a decent amount in here, I would imagine. So we have that, and then the last thing we do have are the cell arts. I think what I'll do is I'll just take one out for now, because it's a pretty big endeavor, I think, but give me a sec here. Oh boy, how could I forget the Ginyu Force sticker? This is a sticker. Think about how absurd this is. This is a sticker, the Ginyu Force. I don't know if I'm going to use this. I'm just going to hold on to this exactly probably how it is. And yeah, the Ginyu Force. All right, so here is how they packaged the cell arts. So we have this Dragon Ball store, and then on the other side, it shows you a little small image of what the cell art is. So this one is the Goku looking forward one. So let me take this out and I'll see if I can get some good shots of this. All right, so here's what it looks like. The packaging was pretty good. They had it with like some styrofoam and stuff in there. So it was packaged pretty well, but here is Super Saiyan Goku. It does look very good in person. I don't know if it comes through perfectly on the video. But yeah, it does look very good. I'm probably going to put it back in the packaging for now, just because I don't really have a ton of places where I could put this for now. It also comes with instructions on how to hang it up, and it comes with like a string where you could attach it to something on the wall. Because I know in my apartment I'm renting this place, and you can't actually drill holes in the wall. So I'm gonna have to if I want to hang this up, I'm gonna have to put on like a hook on the wall or something like that. So that is pretty much everything that I bought. Again, we had other stuff in the first bag that I wasn't able to show fully just because it was just kind of more of the same, like pins and stuff like that, some more plushies. But yeah, pretty cool. The first official actual Dragon Ball store. I imagine there's going to be more opening around the world, because this one is specifically labeled Dragon Ball Store Tokyo, and I don't think they would do that if they weren't going to open more stores up in other cities. So I had a really good time in this place. If you guys ever visit Tokyo, I definitely recommend checking out the Dragon Ball store. Definitely at some point in the near future should be accessible to people without needing a reservation, but at least you guys know what to expect if you go and head over to the store now in Tokyo Station. Let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoy this one, and I'll see you in the next one.